Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at NIO stock yet again, as we have seen NIO stock falling down by 5.37% today. This comes after a 5-day period where we've seen NIO stock climb massively from the lows that we saw at the beginning of the 5 days to the highs. We were up really nearly 30%. So this 5% drop that we're seeing today, not too significant in that context, and we are still gaining 20%. And the past month over here, we are up big. From the lows to the highs, we're seeing gains of 50%, and even now 42.4. Very impressive to say the least, and the question on a lot of people's minds is what happens next with NIO stock. And whilst nobody can say with any degree of certainty, in this video I'll be giving you my personal thoughts and opinions, and I'll also be giving you the levels and most important things that I am looking for into the next couple of days. At the same time, please do remember I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, so always do your own research before making any investment decisions. However, now I've said that, we might as well jump into the video. If you like this sort of content, please do leave a like and subscribe, and let's just get into it. So again, the most important thing to address here, and I think this is very important context, especially given what we're seeing at the minute, is how high NIO stock is up. Does that mean there's not more potential here? No, not necessarily. Of course there could be more to come. However, NIO stock is up big. And given that for the context, seeing these drops really isn't too significant. Now I want to come over here to the more complex chart and note a few important things, or a few things that are important to me. Now if you watched the video yesterday, I said NIO stock historically has got a lot of volatility in it. This is nothing new, and this is actually what we're seeing today with another move, a significant move, however this time to the downside. Now notable things on this chart is that we're not able to really break above 677 and into the $7 range. I say this because 677 roughly is the last level that we hit as our resistance. We've not been able to bounce off of that today. Obviously you can see we saw there's a gap down as the markets opened, and actually the momentum continued to trend down towards the end of the day. A few good things though, and a few very noteworthy things. Now we are actually bouncing off of a previous level of support. You're going to see this very same level holding up, right? And this purple / red line here points it out very clearly, right? We've bounced off of this level before, so a very strong possibility here for a potential turnaround. At the same time, another positive thing that I wanted to see today, we've not gone below 609, our lowest level of support in the last couple of trading days. This is very significant to me because it signals that whilst we are still seeing a bit of a downtrend, this is not necessarily as bad as many may expect. And again, when a stock's gone up as much as NIO stock has, a lot of people may be expecting, drops of 20%, 30%, dropping through previous levels of important support. However, this isn't happening, right? We're maintaining these levels, again, in the mid $6 range, which is absolutely perfect. Now, going forwards into tomorrow, what do I want to see? Well, one thing I want to see on the downside potential is a remain above 608 to 610. Again, same level, same reason, right? I want to not really bounce below this previous level of resistance, or support, I should say. I don't want to bounce below this previous support. It's held up for us in the past. Yes, it's not got a historical or a modern historical relevance as much as in it's not that strong. However, if we are able to hold that or hold above that, I think that is ultimately a good sign. That's what I want to see on the downside. If we do move down, I still want to see us remain above this. Now, towards the upside, what do I look for here? Well, ideally, our current level is going to hold up. We'll call it 636, 635. Hold on to that, and there is a very strong argument for things being quite good. Now, if that is able to happen, and perhaps if we're able to see an open higher tomorrow, or a gap up, or even just a slow upwards momentum, what we're going to need to do, of course, is break out of this channel. This is a channel that we've struggled in before. We'll call this 655, right? From where we are now to 655. Again, that's bouncing off of a previous level of support down here, and a previous level of resistance, obviously, up here. You can see that playing out. That's going to be one of the first and most important levels to break above, in my opinion. Then from that, it's very simple. We're going to need to break above these highs at 675, onto 680, and obviously potentially onto new highs. Now, this is going to be a very significant period to watch. Ultimately, NIO stock at the minute is going to come with an inherent amount of risk. Again, this is a stock which over the past couple of months is obviously up massive. This matters a lot. Going back to July, now, you're seeing the stock being up nearly 100%, right? So, does that mean that we can't climb further? Well, not necessarily. Do I see a lot of potential here? Fundamentally, I do. However, irrespective of what you think, guys, it's one to play with caution. Long-term, NIO stock could be an interesting hold, could be an interesting investment. However, short-term, we are seeing the stock up nearly 100%. So I'm not here to tell you necessarily what to do. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to tell you necessarily whether it is going to go up or down, because that is surely speculation. However, what I am here to show, or potentially suggest, is these are the key levels to look for, right? On the downside, initially we're going to call it 630, 636, 635. Lower than that, potentially $6, $6.10. Higher than that, we're looking at initially 655, into the 670 range, 675, and obviously into $7. That channel is going to be an important period to break out of in the next couple of days. Ultimately, I would consider it a win, even if we get some slow consolidation. You know, just slow momentum, either slightly down or slightly up. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm trying to lock in these gains. Obviously, then I'm trying to run onto potential newer highs. That's just my personal approach. You guys may or may not disagree or agree. That's up to you to decide. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please do make sure to leave a like here and subscribe. And I do hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now, guys.